Alright, I'm back. The where the cancer was sloughed off, the little skin part. It got a little itch in it, and I just barely touched it, and it just came right off. It's like a blood blister. It's like a blood blister. Where it's just like the other one I had on my other shoulder. The skin is burnt too much, so your body rejects it, and it just falls off. So I had to do a lot lighter. I have to use a mirror. Because I can't see what I'm doing through the camera. It's just the light. See how I bent the paper clip? There's a lot of instant scab on this tip of this paper clip, so it's going to go on. But you don't want to burn it too much the second time, so that the skin that replaces it under this scab here I think last time I just tapped it till it's all dry. You don't want it to sting. That's only when you're getting rid of skin cancer. That skin cancer is a big problem. It drills a hole in you and goes into your body. My theory is that that's how it gets inside the organs and shit, through the outside. When you close it all up, the skin cancer dies inside you, I hope. If not, I'm a dead guy. I just blame the president and all the people with their atomic weapons over here. I'm God, so you can verify it with all those videos I made. I can't tell I'm God. I can't feel I'm God. I can't even detect I'm God just by staring myself in the mirror and say I'm just like everybody else. But when I do those videos, I know, because I have intelligence, that no man could do those things unless he was God. The woman God told me in the time I'm some gigantic God, and when she saw I could do those videos, she screamed that, she go, oh my God, you're a bigger God than any of us ever thought. I met this Luke guy in 2003. He came to my work. Some old man. He looked like the old man senator in a Gladiator at the end. He had a lighter voice though. He wasn't a baritone voice. He came over and down the aisle from 40 feet away, yelling, "Hey Brian, how you doing?" Over and over, and I was like, oh my God, who's that old man? I started kind of laughing to myself inside. Like, be quiet, man. You're gonna make everybody think that's my dad. And when he got me to the check stand, there was nobody around. I couldn't believe it. No customers, no nothing. The store was empty. And he had me like wondering who he was. He said he was this Luke guy. He's gonna take a trip to Italy. He says, can I get your address? I can send you a postcard, Brian. Sometime in 2003, I don't know who he was. And I don't trust anybody. I almost said, get out of here, old man. But because he said his name was Luke, I said, sure, why not? Let's see what happens. He came back the second time, and he knew my secret. I don't talk to anybody from heaven unless they throw a rosary in my face. And I'm in the check stand the second time, and he's getting ready to pay, and he pulled a rosary, white pearl rosary out of his pocket. Dangled it right in my face, off to the side. Not in my face, but while he's searching for his wallet, his money is just dangling there. I'm just going, what the hell is he doing? What is this? And I go, oh, you're Catholic? He goes, yeah, Brian, yeah. He told me he had 9 adopted kids. I said, oh my God. I had one child taken away from me by force by the government. It ruined my life. What was said in court was so obscene that it got into the court documents, and my girl that I married read it and said, I'm done with this guy, and left. So if I'm God and my girl left because of something said in court, God blamed all the court system. They consider hearsay as truth. Come on, it's like believing those Jews saw God in a fiery bush, parted the ocean. Come on, go ask any Jew; he'll tell you in secret it's all fairy tale. Because he doesn't want to admit he's a crazy kook. But when he go back to his family and friends, oh yeah, they're all back to believing in it again. You know, it's just like saying to your family, oh yeah, I believe in God, just to avoid the subject. See, there's something wrong here. It's all wet underneath there. But he came back the second time, told me that story with the 9 kids, and then told me he wrote a book for like $4 million and got rich. Some book about a blind chess player. I looked it up, there were no books. Third time he came back, he said all the people in Africa are being killed. He's going over there, and I said, oh my God. And I said in my head, he gonna get killed over there, going over there. Who would want to do that? So I got his postcard, read it, and threw it in the drawer, because I was like, what the hell does that mean? 17 years. And when I decoded the shroud, I had been staring at it, going, oh my God, somebody knows I freaking did that. Somebody in heaven. And I go, who's that Luke guy? And I couldn't figure out why I did it on that particular date. So I pulled out the postcard and found out it was on that same date. He sent me the postcard on July 14th. So the postcard was dated on July 14th. It stands for Luke 7:14, rise from the dead. His handwriting was exactly mine, in a different variant. He tried to cover up his handwriting. That's why I didn't detect it. I saw it in 2020. I was going, why is he trying to hide his handwriting? Is it because that if I saw it, he was me, like some time traveler, that I would have found out too soon I'm God? I guess, if this world is fake, it's some kind of dream world, and this whole world is inside my brain and all you people are in it. He's one of the characters inside my mind. Just pretend your brain is 2 people, halves, 2 halves. Right and left hemisphere. How do you tell which one of those people are you? God's one with 2 people on each side. One of them could be in my future and the past. I'm only in the present. He's the guy that has to go do things for God. I gotta go do all this crap that you guys fucked up for God? And then going over there and get a lot of shit, Oh, get out of here, you're not God. We got our own church. We believe Jesus walked on water, even though there's no scientific proof that anybody could ever walk on water. Bunch of kooks. Yeah, Jesus come back. He come back tomorrow, and then the devil's gonna come take you away the next day. I mean, it just gets repetitively stupid. I know Jesus more than anybody else. I listened to every word he said. I could tell you that he's into slavery. He said that the first must be the last. He must be your slave. So if you translate that to the guy in the house as the first person, you have to be a slave to your girl. But if it's your mom, she's the head of the household, she's your slave. So, my mom, I take care of my mom because she had nowhere to go. And then she took over my whole house. Isn't that what moms do when you move them in? They're gonna come in. They're the guests for a little while until they get an upper hand, and then they take over. And I told her, Mom, you gotta be my slave now and cook